Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, it's showtime. I definitely need to go with it's showtime from now on. So here we are again. Entertain us. Well, hello there, drink. I drink, yes, WD-40 Part 2. Good evening, welcome, and welcome. Let's see. I needed to change cosmetics. I need to change my portal. Use the best portal in the game. Oh, I did reset it. We have the Cane Toad King Portal effect. Alright, and make sure we've got our... We'll click on the well because it's fun. The devs said so. And then we're going to head out into places we have not been. Alright, we've been here. We have no way to get across to the Matland waterways. We need to find, I think it's a soul core or something like that. So it's got to be either in the Chimera wetlands or the Azak bog, or both. Ignaduk, the bog witch. Well, we only have one thing to find. Let's go to the Azak bog first. Hope your weekend is going awesome. Oh, that's right. I did add a fourth arsonist. Are we up and in the trees? Oh, that's... When I say delightful, I don't mean it. I'm not completely in the trees. I have made it last night after stream into you can't just leave corpses laying around. Come on, guys, tidy up after yourselves. Hey, fat buddy, how you doing? So I did for the first time get to the boss in Act 2. Died once before I saw that he had a mechanic that basically kills you if you don't move very quickly to the right place. And so the second time through, I moved very quickly to the right place. So that was one death on him. First time I saw him. So far, I've actually had pretty good luck with the big bosses. The Act 1 boss killed me twice, but the second time was just a tiny little whisker. And the Act 2 boss killed me just the once. So I am more successful at bosses than I was expecting. But on the other hand, I am also playing a minion build, which does make killing them a little bit easier. It's a stronger build for less experienced players, players who don't have quite the hand motility that they used to, or the gaming coordination that you would want. I am following a build guide from Maxroll. I also do think for a player who's not familiar with ARPs in general, particularly not familiar with PoE, the build guide is probably a good idea for this one. While your initial build might get you some ways in, I expect you're going to run into a blocker of a boss. That's not quite what I looked for. I did. And I think following a build guide won't necessarily prevent that from happening, but it will reduce the odds. has, despite the fact it's on EA, Early Access, it is not especially friendly. One of the things they talked about was how easy it would be to respec. The passive tree, here's my passive tree. How easy it would be to respec, because it just, instead of using regret orbs, which we already have in PoE1, you just have a gold cost. But the gold costs soar so high, realistically, it's no easier to respec than it is in PoE, and maybe even less easy. Is the boss here? Is what's her name? It is Agnaduk.
A stick. You're embarrassing us as that witch.
Okay, I'm not hitting her. She's got a whole bunch of shields. Okay? Melting reasonably nicely now. Oop. Oh, that's probably not good. Yeah, I was correct. That wasn't good. Finisher, thank you. Pick up Ignaduk's ghastly spear. And a Gemrot skull.
I draw the line at children, unless provoked, of course.
Return to town. Did that thing say plus 30 spirit? It did. Is that going to be enough for me to get a 5th? Temporarily, until I get some higher level gems, so that I can get some higher level skills. Allow me a 5th arsonist? Let's find out. I go to arsonist. An uncut spirit gem of level 10. Nice. Right now, what I'm looking for, although I will use this almost certainly on the Raging Spirits, which are currently level 9. What I need are a couple level 2 support gems. But can we get up enough for another skeletal arsonist? We can. We have 5 skeletal arsonists now. Burn Baby Burn comes to mind. I just added the 4th, like, game time 10 minutes ago. I finally got either a chest item or a weapon that had spirit. Actually, it didn't have it. I added it and got it as a roll, which was stupid. Actually, I bought. Sadly, farming the vendors is a better way of getting gear than farming the creatures. Basically, every time you level up, you want to check the vendors. And this is what I got. It had +3 of all minion skills, which is what I wanted. And everything else was added on by me, I believe. Maybe the mana was there? But allies in the presence now deal an additional 15 lightning attack. They have a 12% increased critical chance, and they all regenerate, and 34% increased spirit as well. I bought that. And then added all the stuff on that made it really good. This one I did not buy, but finally got an improvement on a previous. I still have, just recently, finally got rid of... No, I'm still using a helm that requires level 8. I am level 37. The reason? +1 level of all minion gems. I haven't found a headpiece that made it worth changing, because the +1 level is really, really good.
Quickly.
I will identify my items.
Do whatever it takes.
And since it has decent amount of life and a little bit of energy shield, if I can't find something that's really good that doesn't have the minion skills, I'm better off with the mediocre thing that has minion skills. For instance, this would be better, except it has accuracy, which does literally nothing for me. However, because it is a headpiece, I will throw one of these on it and hope. Get minion? No. Light radius. Light radius and accuracy. They've tried to make light radius matter in that now it shows you where map exits are a little bit further out. But accuracy and light radius do literally nothing.
You have slain the
I
bog
slew the
witch.
bog witch. Ooh, oh, I don't know what these are. Oh, better, charms. That's frozen. Bleeding. Poison. Ignited. And shocked. Huh. Recover mana when used. Gains charges. Gain guard. I have no idea what guard is. Guard is a buff that absorbs damage from hits, taking damage for your life or energy shield. Okay. A little bit of extra guard. That one is mana. Mana. That one only has the one affix. I've not had a problem with bleeding. I'm sure that'll happen now. But getting frozen is not good. We're going to go with that.
Witches like her give the sisterhood a bad
My question
name.
is, do I want to keep the one that protects me from slow or not? Because slow can kill me, but freeze almost certainly will kill me. So I think I'm going to swap it out. No good. Light radius again. And accuracy. No. And all are going to just get sold.
Welcome. I like it.
She likes it. Hey, Mikey.
Don't drink the water.
Another Regal. That's nice. I'm going to drop this into Spirit Row. Or Charm Row. And I'm going to go ahead and, because there's no point in not doing it, just... I don't think there's anything we actually would want. Blasphemy, no. Cast on minion death. I certainly haven't seen it. I think all we do is we're just going to use that to level up our Raging Spirits. Currently, right now, they are at level 9 from the gem and plus 5 from global modifiers. This will bump them up. That's not a spirit gem? A spirit gem? Oh. Duh. Raging Spirits. There we are. Interesting. So that leveling up another level didn't reduce the amount of reservation for them. Interesting. All right. Travel to the Chimeral Wetlands. By the way, you'll know I have Froggy, the best portal in the game. Basically, he swallows you and teleports, and then he spits you up. Who could ask for anything more in life? The Chimeral Wetlands. There are evidently 3. There's a Toxic Bloom, there's a Ravaged Camp, and Zyclusian the Chimera. As always, you can't resist the fun of clicking on well. I mean, that's what the dev said. And that's why it was in the game. It's because clicking on it's fun. Maybe he should spend more time just sitting and clicking on it rather than putting stupid shit into the game. We're off to the Chimeral Wetlands. Away we go. That's where we came in. We don't want to go back to where we came. That would be silly.
Ugh, vile flower.
Vile flower, the pretty purple one is vile? What did it ever do to you?
Another corpse to serve.
A bombard crossbow. Grenade skills fire an additional projectile. That seems like one for has no level requirement, just a stat requirement. I do have a... I've started up a mercenary. Got him a decent distance into the game. I think I finished Act 1. Should be about level 16. So, alright. Checkpoint, and this is the ravaged camp.
Oh my, greedy fools.
16 gold. 27 gold. Wow. 53 gold and a veiled mask. Sadly, not impressed. Alright, that's one of 3 things. What were the other 2? Zyclusian, the Chimera, and the Toxic Wound. What are you guys beating up over there? Come on, guys, over here. Boom, boom, boom. Out go the lights. Sorry, old guy music reference. Dead end. Lots and lots and lots of dead ends in the maps, which is really frustrating. One thing all ARPG players can pretty much agree on is we hate backtracking. Get that 12 gold. So when you have a real build, the game is way, way better than when you're struggling trying to build it on your own. Another level for me. Another level for me. We gotta finish out this little cluster up here. With that, and then I think all of those. And then we're off to the great beyond all the way up here. That'll be our next goal after we finish out this cluster. You know, assuming the game doesn't give me an aneurysm before then. But as someone whose first build was subpar, it wasn't bad. It wasn't good. Who missed out on the Raging Spirits because they weren't listed amongst the recommended. I had assumed that the recommended would cover something that was clearly the best. If you're building a minion build, this SRS, Summon Raging Spirits, at least as the backup, is essentially necessary. Because basically, you drop this, and it summons 5 skulls to attack. And this is okay on its own. So the combo platter of both of them
Someone ought to cut all this back.
And anything else you can get in the way of minions. In my case, I've got 5 of the arsonists. That combo platter, pretty good. But without the summon raging spirits, it just wouldn't be good. It would be, oop! That's a noxious behemoth. Let's go ahead and make him
That beast
less resistant to
was
fire,
odd. I was fond of it.
so he dies faster. A gold amulet. Ooh, increased rarity of items. Item rarity. Something I essentially never build for. Yay? But I now have, what, 37,000 gold. At the time when I realized my build was bricked, I didn't have anywhere near enough gold to respec. Now, they didn't annihilate my build the way they did some of the builds. They murdered some of the builds. Some builds got nerfed and others just got flat out killed. And I imagine a lot of those players are just not playing. You spend all your time and money building up a build, and in essence, they delete it. Some of the ones got nerfed, where maybe it cut the damage of their primary attack by a third. The cast on freeze builds got annihilated, as in essence they got their damage reduced by about 90%. So instead of being a cast on crit, it actually would require you to crit approximately 10 times before you would cast the spell that was supposed to be getting triggered every time you crit. And everyone's been saying, you know, at least, you know, give us free respecs if you're going to destroy us like that. They haven't said. Again, the best phrase I've heard to describe a great many of the design choices, well, there are 2 phrases. One of them is describing it as adversarial design. Good morning, or afternoon, or evening for you. For me, 5:17. It's getting dark, so I guess technically that's kind of evening. The more polite way of describing many of the design choices is that it is adversarial design. Not meant to. It is designed as if their intent was to punish. The other, perhaps more colorful way of describing the attitude of the developers is because fuck you, that's why. Pardon my language. Or not. But I'm not the first person to say, oh, well, Trevor was the first person. Mathel said essentially the exact same thing. A deadly nest. There's the Chimera.
Splinters of bone!
Where'd he go? Oh, he's back. Oh, no, he's not. Managed to get a hold up-to-date Steam version of Marvel Heroes Omega so you can play the game now. Excellent. Now, I may have overstated. No, I definitely overstated how close to finished it was. Most of the heroes, maybe half of their skills work. Gambit is the closest one to having them work. All but one of his work. All but 2 of Hulk's worked. So, it's not... Sadly, it is not like a done deal. But I have still found a lot of fun in playing. Certainly it's possible. Chiquani's Machinarium, I have no idea what that was. But you should still be able to have fun with it. It's not the complete game. Chunks are missing, but large pieces are there and playable and fun. Running around with a half a dozen other people in Midtown was fun. We have the waypoint. Okay. There was one thing I think we didn't get out of the last map. Give you the link for it so you can post it. Sure, if you want. Just send me a personal message, a direct message. We did not find the ravaged camp, so I'm going back in to the other map. No, maybe I'm not. I'm not going back to the other map just yet because it's closed off. Okay. Well, then I guess we're here.
Right.
Also, I will tell you, if I hadn't made it clear previously, there is a server, publicly available, private server, publicly available private server. I know. And you can get the information on that at MH Marvel Heroes Tahiti, like the island.com. With the instructions on how to access it. It's quite simple and straightforward. And that's what I was playing on when I was doing downtown stuff with other people.
Another corpse to serve me.
No fat loot in there. What's the point of having a door if you're not going to have fat loot behind it? Really? Have a chest. 9 gold. Fat loot. That's not even, like, chubby loot. Starving. Whoop. With stone sentinel. Okay, we're back over here where we started from. Dead ends. Did I mention that we ARPG players love dead ends? Oh, we love them so much.
Image.
That's a really good question. You are on Twitch. Just send me a Twitch DM. For a second, I was thinking you were on YouTube, as I do have viewers on both, and I'm grateful to all of them. I mean, clearly they're not mentally all there, because they watch on the screen. Small soul core. Activate the stone altar.
Just what I need.
That's what I needed. But I'm not sure that's all I need. So I'm gonna go through more of this until we find out for sure whether we got everything we need. I know we needed the soul core. That was our primary reason for coming here, but I'm not sure that's the only reason. Okay, yeah, come on. You know, you're a big stone sentinel, Var. Big, tough stone sentinel. Nothing in there? Come on. Doors with nothing behind them? That's just not right. Again, it's the fat loot paradigm. We want a fat loot. We cannot lie. There was stuff in there. What did you guys blow up in there? I didn't even see it. Well, we got one more way to go. Oh, summon all.
Constructs once powered by dead souls.
A Vaal
Wondrous.
ruin that hasn't been looted? No one from camp has managed to make it to this part of the jungle and survive. Until now.
Hi, Alpha.
This mechanism, if powered with a small soul core, it could open that door.
I have to open this door with a small.
There should
soul
definitely be soul
core.
core.
Yeah, I found a small soul core. Shut up.
Oh, goodness.
It awakes.
There's no survivor.
Travel, to see deeper into the machinarium. Left turn. Somehow I think that thing's going to wake up. I wonder why I thought that was going to wake up. Oh, because it was obviously going to wake up. Anyway, I hope you find some entertainment value in Heroes. Marvel Heroes. Even if it's, 70 or 80% of the game. I'm just still glad to have it back, even in that imperfect way. And I hope you'll enjoy it too. They have plans for additional releases about every 3 months, so the next one's in March. And each release, they have a roadmap for what they're hoping to get in for each roadmap in turn.
"74 shipments of soul cores in this span.
It doesn't say what we're looking for. We're just supposed to see deeper. Another small soul core. Presumably we'll need to... Oh, man, that's it. Finally! A level 2 support gem. Finally! I'll find a dead end. Well, take a second to equip it.
Well, that's fortuitous.
Golden riches. Probably not good. Colossal 165. Be better than what we're currently using. Okay. I need to really quickly check the build guide. Now that we're in Act 3. Yep, the Raging Spirits. Cut Feeding Frenzy. Feeding Frenzy. Into our Raging Spirits. Where is it? Feeding Frenzy. Primarily inscribed. Oh, yeah, that's the one that I need to get the second ascendancy trial. Oh, okay, those are trials to get additional ascendancies, but those require more than the initial one floor. Where did they uncut? Where did it go? That it? That's it. We need that in Raging Spirits. They deal 30% more damage. But they take 20% more damage, which is fine because they can't die. Except if I blow them up. So that's basically just a flat multiplier. We have another small soul core. Thank you, Fizzpick. I appreciate that. A bunch of you guys just die. There's just nothing in there but urns. Martyr crown, armor, and energy shield. Nope, this boy just wants energy shield. Why did you decide to swing at me instead of all those other delicious mobs that were out there? I tell you, the Vaal, you can never trust their stuff. They're like Ferrari, you know, powerful and awesome, but shit breaks down. Got another. Oh. Another small soul core. Oh, Jiquani's Sanctum. Here we go. Oh, waypoint. We'll want that. We're gonna summon Alva.
Ugh. I'd best talk to the Optimist again.
Oh, that... no, that's not looking particularly welcoming, do you think? The big skeleton-faced dude with the shiny. I think maybe we're gonna have to fight him for probably what looks like his throbbing red penis here. If his penis was shaped like a cone. But I expect is actually a large soul core that we need to progress on one of the other maps. Hi, Alva.
This is the largest soul core I've ever seen.
It is a large soul.
With this
She's
big, how
admiring the
mechanism
size
in
of
the
his
first
soul
place.
core. Exactly.
But it
Is
isn't
Penn.
charged.
Penn Island.
There is still latent energy residing here. From what I can gather, these lines
Oh, I
in
have
the
to lead to
stonework
the
should lead
generators.
to generators. You might need to find some more soul cores to spin them up, but maybe the constructs have been maintaining all this. In any case, let's hope it still functions.
I have to activate 2
Good luck.
generators. Well, that looks like one of the soul gems that we're looking for. I mean, no can activate. A lesser jeweler's orb, that's definitely welcome. Oh, interesting. Invisible mobs. We always love those. I mean, who doesn't, right? Slicing quarterstaff? Is that really a thing, though? And quarterstaffs are mostly blunt instruments. Otherwise, it's a spear. That's another level. I'm level 39. It's a badness thing. I know it's not nice of me to put everything in a basket, but that was just not friendly. Another point. Let's see, and I believe we want that one. Next up will be minions dealing increased damage, increased movement and attack speed, attack and cast speed. Then more damage, minion accuracy, and then accuracy and accuracy. And then possibly more accuracy. I'm sure we need that last accuracy. Down here, guys. Come on, with me. I think we need to go through the door. The door leads to this place. We are still looking for the 2 generators. I myself am more of a degenerator. Or degen, for sure. Bones the Shuffler, and down he goes. We are still looking for the first of the 2 generators. Maps are just too damn bad. And I'm going through them much, much faster than I was before the build started coming together. And it's still not bad. It's certainly not, Yep, we got a medium soul core, now we're talking. We need 2 of those. Oh, have I mentioned how much I absolutely loathe and fucking detest quest items in your inventory?
Lovely.
That's a thing nobody wants, nobody needs, but they just keep giving it to us. Alright, here's the first generator.
suppose this will fit the generator.
Nice visuals.
What a display. Let's find another.
Yes, let's.
Emerge!
Hit him with a quick little flammability curse.
None can
And he'll
oppose
die
me.
really fast. So we have found one generator. We need the other generator.
Emerge!
But what I'm saying there is emerge. But it sounds like image. See, where are we going from here? Presumably somewhere up on that end is where the other generator is. But it's possible that they're randomly scattered about. But I think that implies that there is a working generator powering up that area. So I assume it's further over this. Where we're not running into indications that this area is powered. You see, there is method to my madness. Not sure that ever method to my madness is a good thing, because it still is madness. Corruption altar? Oh dear. Dear me, dear oh dear, do I want to corrupt something? Yeah, I want to corrupt something. That's got fire and cold and a little regen. That's got a level to minion skills. That's got cold and all elemental resistances. The belt's got cold and... The gloves aren't killers. Definitely not doing that. The chest is really good. I want to do that. Maybe one of the rings. Belt. Oh, I have to remove it. I think the belt. Because the harm if it goes bad is
A
limited.
surprising result.
Nothing happened to it, I don't think. No, nothing happened to it that I can tell other than it's now corrupted. Yeah, nothing happened to it. Items that are corrupted have a number of things. They can get an affix. They can have all their affixes changed. They can gain sockets.
Emerge!
Or they can just become corrupted and nothing else. And that's what happened to that. That looks like the generator. We found the second generator, now we need to find the second medium soldier. And then we'll probably have to beat a boss to get the large soldier. big thing up there. Let's... Dead yet? Nope, not dead yet. We'll give it cooties. Another jeweler's orb.
It's about time.
What was the it's about time? No, that wasn't it. Don't know. Don't need those. I think that's what I picked up by accident, but it's not something I need. It does seem to happen pretty frequently. Happens more frequently in PoE2 than PoE1. And I'm not even like clicking on the ground to move. I'm using WASD. He's not gonna last long. Not the curse on him. He ran away for a bit. Oops! Those purple things suck. Varnished crossbow. So it's prettier, I guess. Now, on the lookout for the medium soldier. Medium soldier, there it is. There's a baddie around somewhere. Yes, there is. Space to pick it up? Yes, I do. Alright, we're now going to make our way back to the second generator. Pardon the yawn, old man, you know, being old. Oh, a chest! Fat loot! Oh, that's way more gold than I expected, actually. That's as close as I'm going to get to fat loot from a regular chest, I expect.
Well, that seemed to bring the whole place alive. You should have
Yes. If having the whole place come to life is a good thing, that's not clear yet. Let's see. What do I need to get to? Holy crap. Alright. Going back through areas you've cleared, always a winning thing for us players of ARPGs. We love them to pieces. I don't know what they're thinking with this. I honestly don't. Where the hell do we leave Alva? I think she's in this direction. Not bad. Not bad. Alright. But around this way then. Oh, Alva, dear. The Grand Soul Core Nexus.
Oh dear.
Oh, what a surprise! Exactly the critter I expected to wake up as a woman. Yeah, no problem with that. Just freaking lasers and shit. Nothing to be afraid of. He appears to be pointing that way at me.
A genius construction, but too weak.
I have a large soul core.
It's about time.
Travel to the Chimeral Wetlands, return to the infested barrens. Right. So we're here in Jacani's Sanctum. We need one more thing from the Chimeral Wetlands. We need the Ravaged Camp. I don't think we got to. We have to keep this in our inventory because the PoE devs hate us, actively detest the players. Oh, the Chimeral Wetlands has the Trial of Chaos. That's the ultimatum, which I can try and fail badly. I think it's a 4 map ultimatum, 4 trial ultimatum, which my understanding is the ultimatums are a complete and utter hit or miss. You can get really easy ones, or you can get ones that, well, they treat you like the smallest con on the cell block. Let's just say it.
Greetings.
9 items.
Swiftly.
Alright. I wanted to sort of keep that one around for another character. That's the one, right? Grenades, extra projectile. That's just gold. Alright, accuracy rating. Don't need it. Current life flask has 600 and something. Yeah, 700 return on that. And that one has, yeah, so those will both get sold. That's getting sold. That is getting sold. That is getting deconstructed. That is 165 mana. 182. So all of those get sold.
Need a guide? Take your time. It's a deal.
I bought from her this. It had +3 to all minion skills, and I think one of the lesser allies in your presence skills, either that or Mana. And I rolled on the other stuff. But I bought it because I hadn't been able to find one in ever as a drop. Sadly, farming the vendors is in many ways your best bet for finding a gear improvement, because you can't craft them unless you get stupidly lucky. We want her to then disenchant that. Alright, let's see what else we can do here. That is the glowing amulet of the mage. +1 to level of all spell skills. That's really good, not for this build, but in general. Really good for any castery bit. The runes, body and desert and iron. We have a Lazuli ring. Orb. 2 lesser jeweler's orbs. These are good. Exalted orb. Eagle. We have a charm. That's a poison, anti-poison charm. Good. We're running out of space again. We have an Orb of Alchemy. Alks are extremely rare, unfortunately. These don't stack, do they? No, because they're different levels. One's a 28 and the other's a 29. Those will be very valuable later when I want to try and get a third ascendancy, assuming I ever get one. Of course. These can go in here. Can I put that in there? I'm betting no. I am correct. The answer was no. We have a tier 9 and a tier 10 uncut skill gem. I think we want the tier 10 to go on the arsonists, as we are currently walking around with 5. Yep, and I have another tier 10. Can go there for now. Alright, we can't get rid of either of those because they're quest items. I hate that so much. The trials in the Chimeral Wetlands. Travel to the Temple of Chaos. Is that not Jaquani's Machinarium? Maybe not. But I did not get to the Ravaged Camp. Well, maybe I did, because it looks like it's grayed out on the map, which means I did get to it. I really wish they had a better iconography for these things. So I think that has been successful, but I don't know where to travel to the Temple of Chaos. I'd rather overlevel that a bit, so we are instead going to go to the, not the Azog Bog. See, that one's flashing. I know for a fact we finished that one. We're going to the Infested Barrens with the large soul core. We love having to run around in the cities too. That's great. Awesome. Not really. Try that again. The Infested Barrens. That'll open up the Matlan waterways. So we had to do that Machinarium to get the large soul gem to allow the waterways to function so that we can cross them. Because we'll cross that waterway when we come to it. See? We can't cross it because it's full. So what do? Put the rock in the rock place.
Finally, some progress.
Cross into the Matlan waterways. Easy peasy. And here we are. Entertain us. Use the control mechanism to activate the Matlan waterways to drain the area. We're going to have to activate a bunch of waterways to drain the swamp.
The Azak tribe, in the flesh.
So for instance, we can't cross here. We need to drain more of the wetlands. Cage with, I don't know what those were, rabid monkeys maybe?
This better still work.
Oh, critters. Chime skitterers. Basket. That's another level for me. I'm now level 4. The carcass. Alright, we're now in here. Finish out that wheel, or almost finish out that wheel. River drakes. Plate belt. That adds armor. I don't suppose a little bit of armor up to it. Canal lever. So far, at least they haven't turned all the canal levers and stuff into like a puzzle. That would be interesting. Give me just a second, will you? Need to take care of that. There we go. Fuckhead band. We can continue. Those of you on YouTube, the spammer. Feral primates, I think those were. We have a carcass and a basket. Well, who just keeps carcasses and baskets laying around with nothing in them? Yeah, maybe these guys. Another lever. Well, I hope they've learned their lesson. Not sure what the lesson was, but I hope they've learned it. Oh, more monkeys. More monkey business. except a corpse. Just a corpse. So presumably then that cleared up this? No. Well, it's not that way, because that's a dead end. Not that way. Do we have to backtrack throughout the whole freaking thing? No, maybe over here. Nicely, an over 40 gamer like yourself, streaming PoE2. Wow. If you want to see a good PoE player over 40 who's doing it, Al Kaiser streams all the time. He's an OG too. I think he's in his mid-50s. He's actually good at these games. But thank you. There are a few of us old fogies who stream. Not a bunch, but a few. Nothing that way. How about over here, then? Yeah, I've been doing it for a little over 5 years. Actually, 5.5 years now. Mostly either ARPGs or MMOs. Occasionally some other stuff. Well, you're never too old to game. That's for sure. It's not unusual, I don't know, every couple months, month or two, I'll see somebody posting on, like, the subreddit for MMOs saying, you know, I'm an older gamer, you know, what games are easier to play? Or like Guild Wars 2, I'll see, Guild Wars 2 subreddit, I'll see people have just builds that are a little bit easier on the older games. Rattling Scepter. Well, I would like the Rattling Scepter if I can get it with, oh, I don't know, say 3 minions? Plus 3 to minions would be nice. I would like that. Would put a smile on the old man's face. Mic volume is low. Yeah, I'm leaning back a little bit. I'll move forward. I was leaning back a little bit. So there is a real population of gamers over 50 out there. And some of us even stream. I like to think of us as experienced gamers. That's what I try to tell myself. Well, I mean, for me, my entry point was board games first. And then after the board games, that didn't go down. That's complete Act 1, but you've been trying out all the classes. The last boss in Act 1 is definitely tough. I've done some trying out at least on all of the classes. This is my second go on the Witch. As my first build was kind of bricked because, well, the single most important thing you can get if you're going to run minions is summon Raging Spirits, and it's not on the recommended list. So when you get the first spirit gem, you need to go manually searching in the all gems list for summon Raging Spirits. And that's kind of key, is that that's your fallback. It's every time I cast that, which ignites mobs, which is a good start, it also summons 5 skulls. 5 flaming skulls. And you can hit it twice, you have up to 10. So they're doing a whole bunch of damage short term. And then I'm up to 5 arsonists now. So my build was janky, and frankly, I didn't have enough gold to do a respec. Gaming since we were a kid, arcades, NES, TI-99. I started in board games. Got into computer games very young as part of some school programs that basically exposed kids to computers. And I bought my first computer in I think 79 or 80. And it was an Apple II Plus, and I bought it to play games on. I mean, eventually it helped me get my degree, but I bought it to play games. Specifically, if you're familiar with the old D&D gold box games, that company, Strategic Simulations Incorporated, they had a game called Computer Bismarck. First computer was a C64, a classic gaming computer. When I bought my Apple II Plus, if memory serves, I considered getting the Commodore PET at the time. I went with the Apple II Plus. Oh, the first was some sort of ASCII thing in school, Commodore PET. Yeah, the PET, exactly.
Now!
The old ASCII Star Trek game would be a good example. Yep, the gold box games were classics, but before they brought out the gold box games, they initially were doing computer war games. So things like Computer Bismarck, Computer Sniper, I think it's called. Second. I paid $1,098 for my Apple II Plus, and it didn't come with a floppy drive. You had to use a tape recorder, a cassette recorder, in fact, until I could afford the floppy drive. SSI was the go-to for RPGs back in those times? Absolutely. I actually did some testing with them back in the proverbial day. The fantasy games they did, PH, ANTAS. I play tested a couple of them. Was credited in at least one. We've got the reservoir mechanism. The canal levers. Oh, nice. I like that it shows it draining. That's cool. I like that a lot. Very nifty. Oh, we're taking Gant. We're there. Narag's hut. We need to find Narag, evidently.
Yes. Drain away. Reveal yourself, Utzal.
That's where we're supposed to be going, is Utzal. Return to the encampment to find Alva at the base of the ziggurat. The ziggurat encampment. That would be the place. Back to the encampment we go. Gramp bought the TI-99 4A and it had a cassette drive, eventually upgraded to floppies years later. Yep, got my 5 1/4, I don't know, maybe 6 months later. Something like that. Maybe a little bit less. eventually I bought the Pascal language. What was it? It's called the Pascal language kit, I think. It expanded the 48K to 64K and cost $500 for an extra 16K of memory. Also included the Pascal language kit, which I used for programming and helped me get my degree. Let's see what we've got. Would you identified my thingies for me? Thank you for the thingy identifying. 77 life is a lot. Armor or recovery from flasks? Interesting. The flask recovery hasn't been big, but the armor might actually matter. But first, I have got to throw some currency at this. It has only one affix. Let's give it 2. Strength, not great, but it is more life. Smash that like button. Like and subscribe. That is, or actually technically would be a follow and subscribe. Follow on Twitch, subscribe on YouTube. Let's see. We want to regal this. Give me something good. Mana, not good. I was hoping for like resists. Resist? A little bit of cold resist. Okay, that'll help. Just going to bump our lightning down. Do I want one more? Because that's a lot of life. I got it. Come on. Lightning resist. See, you just have to tell it what you want, and you'll get it. Because that's the way it works, right? So right now, I have 4% armor. I now have 12% armor. Hey, it's a little bit. Our resistances now, our cold is it. Our resists are pretty good, except for chaos. Our chaos resist, distinctly not impressive. Okay, over here we've got cold on that, and this has got a little life. We would lose 5 on lightning and fire unless we can hit them. Let's see if we can hit them. Fire. Plus 12 to attributes. That's not bad. I'm going to regal. I am going to regal. Give me a resist. Oh, we're already regaled? Wait, what? Prefix, suffix. Should be regal. It's not magic. Oh, it's yellow. Why is it yellow? It has a prefix and a suffix. What? Why is that yellow? It's not a rare. That's a magic item. What? I'm really confused. Well, of course, I'm frequently quite confused. Well, I'm going to hold on to this, obviously, because it's pretty good. Just don't know why it's the way it is. But hey, mine is not the reason why. Mine is but to do and die. That's an old guy poetry reference. Oh yeah, poetry. Bet you weren't expecting poetry. Nobody expects the poetry. Thought of streaming, but not used to talking while you game. Start talking while you game by yourself. That is my #1 piece of advice for people who are uncomfortable with the concept of streaming, is start self-narrating while you're playing. If you've got other people in the house, let them know you're going to be doing it so they don't think you've gone off the deep end. I even tend to self-narrate when I'm not gaming, when I'm just making dinner. So for me, that was an easy transition. Also easy for me because I was a competitive public speaker in college. And so I'm kind of used to off-the-cuff bullshit. But definitely, I think if you practice while you're playing the game, the self-narration, it will probably get you to the point where you would be comfortable with talking your way through the game. But for most people, that's not a given. That skill is not a given. And I know it is a disincentive to a lot of potential people.
We found in my tribe could use that.
Let's see if we've got anything else. Those are level 10s. Allies in the presence gain increased damage. That's actually freaking good. May want to buy that one too. What do we got here? Purity of fire. Increased spirit. Oh, I'm going to have to get increased spirit. I can't afford to... So I need minion skills and spirit. The odds of getting those are pretty long. I don't want to say non-zero. Almost non-zero. Almost zero, I should say.
See you.
So, that is... Alright, allies have increased cast speed. And accuracy rating. It is not worth a regal, sadly.
Welcome. Some pretty
Now,
things, yes?
we're going to see if we can get lucky with this one. We're going to set fire to 1,500 gold.
Keep your eyes sharp.
And what we really want to see is... That is a prefix. And so what we really want to see on this is minion skills. +3 to minion skills. It's a long shot. It's a really long shot. +3 to minion skills. Nope. It's too expensive with the regal and then any exalteds to hope to get it. You see, they got rid of alteration spamming, where you would just keep hitting an item with alterations, hoping to get the prefixes you got. And you might burn through 100 or 1,000. In this case, it's the exact same thing, except it's slower and more expensive. So they haven't gotten rid of it. They've just made it vastly more frustrating. And that's when I talk about how much of this game
Here
seems
to
to be
help.
adversarial
Some odds
in
and ends
nature.
we've got. My tribe could use that.
It's things like that, where they've made the same function is still in the game. It's just takes more time, takes more effort, and is much more frustrating. All right, where's Alva? Alva? Whoa! That was weird. I'm taciturn and introverted, so yeah, it's a hurdle. Yes, that would definitely be. We're getting some weird artifacting, which I assume you're seeing. I'm going to quit and restart. But introversion in particular. The other possibility is just being incredibly good at the games, but I'm not that. I can be okay at games. There you can see. That's about all of the cosmetics that were available to me. We've got the hood and the glowy halo behind it, and then the weapon. And of course, most importantly, the froggy portal. Now, if you can get comfortable self-narrating when there's no one there, it doesn't take a lot to make the leap. But that requires a certain amount of comfort. And I wouldn't try to stream until you're comfortable with just doing it to yourself. I've been doing it to myself for years. Oh, self-narration, of course, is what I meant. Self-narrating. That's what I meant. All right, where the hell did
The
she go?
drowned city awaits.
Is she down here? This was guessing. I was guessing she might be down here. I think she's actually down here. Yeah, she must be down here. I was right. That was pure guesswork. Hi, Alva.
Beyond this sealed door is the temple of the sun god Kopek. I've seen writings by a fellow named Ketzuli that mention his research in this temple, but I can't quite make sense of what the device was or how it functioned.
Yeah, I didn't expect I would be comfortable at all
Unfortunately, we can't use
streaming.
Kalguran
But
explosives
even
without
knowing
risking
the
whatever's
advantages I
inside.
have being my
I recommend
speaking.
heading into the city to search.
All right, into the... Oh, does she have anything interesting I could buy? Oh, is she the gambler? Yeah, she's the gambling one. All right, well, no.
Good luck.
All right, I actually wanted to check... I think I'm okay. Done some recorded ones with a couple games on your YouTube, but not consistent. Well, I've heard a lot of the other streamers, when asked what things are important. I know Josh Strife Hayes, I think, says that the most important thing is consistency. Is to, say when you're going to show up and then show up at that time for streaming. For the most part, I do that. But for me, I think for a lot of people, pardon the yawn,
I'm sure I'd prefer you
the most common
this way.
phobia amongst Americans is public speaking. I think that kind of, pardon the phrase, it speaks for itself. The Temple of Kopek. Am I supposed to be there? The Apex of Filth. Yeah, the Apex of Filth. That sounds nice. And the Molten Vault. So presumably because, well, theoretically we could get there. No, we can't. It's got the little broken line that has a break in it. So we have to go to these, one or both of these first. We'll head for whichever one we stumble over first, I guess. Oh, grab the waypoint. I am a firm believer that if you get within 100 yards of the waypoint, it should automatically unlock in every game ever. It's a filthy lobber. Filthy lobbers. Where do they get off? Oops, I don't know what that was. He is going to die very quickly now that I have flammability.
My power to wield.
A gargantuan mana flask. Well, now I'm turned on. How did they all come out of that little tiny place? I would also say that doing that sort of thing, when you're just talking about doing some, recorded, scripted stuff, is also a good way of getting just generally comfortable with putting yourself out there. But for a lot of people, that is just about impossible. Now, my university had, as a graduation requirement, you had to take a public speaking course, and everyone hated it. I didn't want to do it. But when I got into it, I actually found that I enjoyed it, much to my surprise. So I joined the forensics team, which is competitive speech and debate. And I had a blast. So I understand that I actually have a... What is that thing? But I have a significant advantage over most other potential new streamers. And I'm kind of used to putting out my bullshit in front of other people. Play Latro, City of Heroes. You have a lifetime sub on Latro, as do I. Not quite from the start. I would have had a lifetime sub from the start of Latro, but I played the beta. When I played the beta, I played as a hobbit. And after a couple of hours of picking up pies and delivering the mail, my response was, what the fuck is this? Had I started as an elf or a dwarf and had a more usual MMO leveling experience where you're killing things instead of delivering the mail and picking up pies, I would have subscribed from the start. So about 2 or 3 months after it launched, I started almost immediately lifetime sub. Used to play a lot of City of Hate. Only tried a little bit on the private servers. Well, technically, the Homecoming servers are no longer private, because I don't know if you're aware or not, but they are now licensed. They hit a legal agreement with NCSoft, and they are legally allowed. They're a fan-operated private server. Speaking class with technical college. You choked hard on your speech. That's perfectly normal. Most people, like I said, for most people, it is a source of fear, And for a great many people, it is a source of abject terror. Yeah, I love the Hobbity quests too now, but when I first got to the game, that was not what I was expecting. So that was the problem. It wasn't the Hobbity questing. It was the fact that it was not what I was expecting. I was expecting something very different. And so I kind of, having played the beta a little, I went, I don't think this one's... Now, for those of us who like Hobbit gaming, there is a cozy Shire game coming out. Ooh, that looks pretty good. It just wasn't what I expected. Like I said, pies and mail. Let's see, I also have a lifetime sub to Champions Online and Star Trek Online. The good old days back when they offered lifetime subs. Before anyone had ever conceived of, wow, printing billions of dollars. Hey, take that $200 right now, and that's money. I know over time, the lifetime subs for Latro have been a hindrance to the development on the game. There's a large portion of their player base, significant portion of their player base, has lifetime subs. So that's money they're not getting. Ooh, I leveled somewhere in there. Hold on. Which way do we go? There first. 20% increased movement speed and 8% attack and cast speed for my minions. There you go, boys. Knock yourselves out. Or better yet, knock them out. STO lifetime as well. Don't play anymore. Try it again every now and then. I am currently actually logging in every day. It is the Winter Q Festival. And there's a nice new ship. I seldom play anymore, but oh, those guys are on fire. I assumed fire was me, but no, these are guys that are not me that were all firing. But I can't resist a cool ship, so. It's a checkpoint. Do we have a boss fight? Okay, did we get everyone dead? Did we get everyone dead who needed to be deaded? A couple more gargantuan mana flask. I got one, right? Yeah, what I've got is that. It's fine. Sadly, the Star Trek Online is basically not being run by the same company anymore. After Cryptic was acquired and ended up as part of Embracer Group.
Now.
Embracer Group, run by Lars Wingefors, the worst human in the history of gaming for the health of the game player and the game environment. He has done more damage to gaming than any other human being in history. But after buying up all these properties, taking big loans out, his billion-dollar deal with the Saudis, you know who they are, went south. And all of a sudden, he had a company with a huge debt, and now he suddenly had to sell shitloads of companies and cancel shitloads of products. Not because they weren't going anywhere, but because he had bought them, because he was so goddamn greedy. So now, Cryptic doesn't run either Champions Online, Star Trek Online, or Neverwinter Online anymore. Those are all run by DECA, D-E-C-A. Everything's been farmed out to them, and yeah, so those games, they're not dead, but I don't think they're going to last too terribly. For a long time they were. Cryptic was really good. People have always crapped on Cryptic. I defended them for years because they were a small company who continued to make good products. But over the years, due to internal issues and external things they couldn't control, like being bought by Lars Wingefors, the Grim Reaper of gaming. In short, fuck Lars Wingefors. Lars, if you're watching, eat a dick. Now, that's Lars Wingefors, not Lars, who used to actually hang out in the channel all the time. I mean, he wasn't Lars Wingefors. We miss you, Lars. Come back. We miss that Lars. We don't miss Lars. Whoop! That was not good.
Another corpse to serve.
Something hit me in a hard way that I did not appreciate.
All part of my plan.
Yes, it's all part of my plan, evidently. Starting to see larger amounts of gold dropping, which is nice. Secret World was a letdown. Had high hopes. I still enjoy Secret World Legends. That's when I kind of regret not getting the lifetime sub to. By the way, both versions of Secret World Legends are still available. Sorry, Secret World. The original version server is still up, although you can no longer buy the game. They have the game. You can still download it and play it. But I enjoyed both versions. The combat was janky. I'll absolutely agree with the people who maintain that. The combat was pretty janky. But the questing was probably the best, like, ever. And the story was really, really good, too. Well, this has reached a dead end, it seems like. We love dead ends. We ARPG players, we just love dead ends. What are you doing? GGG, come on, you know we hate this crap.
Right.
Oh, gotta grab those 7 gold. Never know when I might need them. Another level, level 42, and as everyone knows, that means that I have reached the secret to life, the universe, and everything. What do we have there? No, we don't. Just, I'm curious. Another 10% damage for my minions. Damage good. think actually the Secret World is like might be my 5th most streamed game. It's in the top 10 for sure. My most streamed game is Guild Wars 2. Then City Heroes. PoE's in the top 5. Can't remember what else. Thank you. Leveling up never gets old, except in the real world. Could do without the annual level up. Now, granted, leveling up is better than not leveling up, depending on exactly your method for not leveling up. Immortality would be okay. Death, not as good. Do not recommend death. But in-game leveling up is almost always the right call. Did I just do a great big loop here? I did a great big loop here. All right, so... GGG, why are you doing this? Explore the drowned city. Still looking for Agarat. Oop, gotta get those 75 gold. What are you up to? 46,000 gold. Enter the apex of filth. I think this is the apex of filth. It's the apex of filth, everyone. I hope they have snacks. Now, the thing is, assuming there is a waypoint here, we're going to back out because I think there's another place we need to go in the drowned city.
While I do admire darkness, filth I cannot abide.
We do have a waypoint. We'll see if that was correct. That's the apex of filth. We were in the drowned city. We also need to find the molten vault. So, since we've already explored most of the drowned city, I don't want to have to explore the whole thing again. So we'll instead go back in, and since we've covered most of this map, we'll uncover the rest. And that should help us find the second place we need to go. One of the disadvantages to having a map that, in this particular case, checkpoint and a door. Where does this one lead? Does this lead to the molten thing? We don't know. Is it a little mini dungeon? We don't know. Let's find out.
Let's see what the lake kept.
Foul quarters, stench and filth in abundance. Yeah, I call that my bedroom. What's the big deal? It's just a little sort of a mini dungeon thing. Shrine Scepter. Purity of Fire. We don't really need, I don't think. Alright, so we are still now out on the look for what's it, Molten Valley or something like that. We've got another door, another little mini dungeon, most likely.
What might I find here?
Ow! That was just disgusting. Oop. I mean, I like the little mini dungeon idea. I'm not sure we need them in a map like this. Alright, let's see if we can find out where else we might have to go. Down here? Looks like we covered almost all of that, except maybe over here. So that is almost certainly where it is. The maybe over here is almost certainly where it is. Yes, because the gods of RNG map distribution hate me. It's okay, I'm not fond of them either. They are a bunch of map-making poopy heads. I said it. Wrong map, dumbass. Let's see, where are we exactly? There. That's not going to get us where we need to go. I mean, unless it's in there, which is also possible. I'm not going to like how this turns out, am I? Dead ends and stuff. What are you doing, GGG? You guys have been designing ARPGs for a long time. Players hate doubling back to find stuff. That's the wrong map. We hate it. You know we hate it because you hate it too. Why would you do this? This is one... Oh, see? That's one dead end. Is this one a dead end too? Not immediately. You know, one of the things we all gave shit D4 about was the nightmare dungeons making us run around. And here you are giving us the same crap. Assuming another little mini dungeon.
The stench. I
Foul
suppose
quarters.
they survived
Stench and
here,
filth in abundance.
more or less.
Shadow fist.
Death, take you.
And a rare. It's not going to last long. With 10 skulls. And haven't gotten any enormous, gigantic life flasks yet. And flammability on you, you're just not going to last long. You're just going to burn. Burn, burn, burn. Uncut spirit gem. Very nice. There's a gargantuan life flask. Our first one. And it's another fricking dead end. I don't get it. I do not understand what they think they're doing. They've got no excuse for being this dumb. Everyone made fun of Diablo 4 for this. And they're doing the exact same thing. Dead end. button. Okay, so this entire thing is a dead end. This thing had the apex of filth, which means that somewhere in this area must be the last thing that we need. In which case, I'm faster going back to the waypoint. So I'm going to go back to the waypoint. Subbed, going to play some PoE2. Nice meeting you. Nice. Thank you very much. I appreciate the kind sentiment and the sub, obviously. Thank you. Have a blast. Back to the ziggurat. We'll empty out our inventory. Huge maps with lots and lots of dead ends. Again, the best phrase I've heard for it is adversarial design. Thank you for all the fish. Or possibly you're welcome for all the fish. If in fact you got any fish from me.
Thank you.
He said thank you too.
Still alive. Some pretty things.
Let's
yes?
see. Amount increased charges gained. That's a
I'll
sell.
take it.
Increased amount recovered. Increased recovery rate.
I like it.
That one was insulting. Increased physical damage. That seems good. Alright, so that's got an additional arrow and attack speed and lightning. So that's probably worth keeping
Keep your eyes sharp.
for another build. And that is the construct crossbow, which has a bunch of extra fizz and leeches fizz as mana. Could also be useful. That has nothing of particular use. Nor does that. Little fire, little lightning. Base crit. Maybe? But probably not. Let's see. We need to
Hey there. Some odds and ends we found in the
sell
I'll
that
take it.
and disenchant that. Oh, our first Vaal orb, I do believe. Bloodstone amulet. Regal shard. We got the uncut spirit gem. Right? Yeah, we got a 5, an 8, and a 10. We want to give both of those Ogs. Two charges per second, I think, is the one we would like to have. We always want it to have a way of regaining charges. What do I call that build you have? Looks very effective. I am using, following a build guide from Maxroll, maxroll.gg. It is the Minion Infernalist, Minion Army Infernalist leveling guide on Maxroll. And the key thing to know is that when you get your first spirit gem, I'll show you. Get your first spirit gem. It's going to tell you that you have these two available. You don't want either one. What you want to do is you want to open the all gems down here at the bottom left, and then do a search for raging, and you want raging spirits, and you put raging spirits together with circle of fire, or sorry, flame wall. Flame wall will cast 5 raging spirits every time you cast it. So you cast it once and twice, and now you have 10 flaming skulls that'll do a lot of damage, and you then back that up with minions. and the minions you'll use and stuff will change over time. My understanding is in the not too distant future, I will be adding. I'll be adding, I think, a storm mage, and a little bit later on a skeletal cleric to my batch of minions. As a storm mage applies shock, I believe, to all the enemies, so they take extra damage, and then the skeletal cleric will heal and resurrect your dead minions. But the thing that I didn't have, that I needed pretty badly, was the summon raging spirits. It's all about the summon raging spirits, really. Let's see. We needed to add both onto this, I believe. Increased charges gained, not my favorite. Amount recovered. It's 1,001. Yeah. Flop that, flip that, flip-flop that, flippity-floppity, floopity. We also want to add and see what we can get on the Bloodstone Amulet, because that might be good. Minion skills would be awesome. Increased armor, not that great. And dex. That gets put into the... probably get used on some build, but not this one. We needed to go back where we were to find the thing that we are missing. Complicated, I know. The Drowned City. There we are. Yeah, basically, most of the time is either you throw when you see mobs or when you're expecting mobs, you drop the flame wall once, twice, and now I've got 10 extra mobs for a little while. And between the combo platter of whoops, it can be tough to see ground effects, obviously, because everything's on fire. But that's the basic operation. And, you know, I have 5 skeletal arsonists, and they're just bombarding everything with more fire. And so it turns out that if you hit things with fire, fire, and more fire, that's really good against most mobs. And you want to make sure that for bosses and whatnot, you eventually get flammability, which reduces their resistances to fire. And so fire-resistant mobs and bosses die a lot faster. That's it in a nutshell. And the guy's build guide will walk you through everything. And my first build was a witch. I wasn't aware of the tech with having to search for summon raging spirits, so I, in essence, accidentally bricked my build because it was too expensive to respec. I didn't have the gold for it. I have the gold for it now, but this guy is much higher level. Another dead end? No. Summon Oswald. Oswald Cobblepot? The Molten Vault. That's the one we needed. We found it. I'll speak to Oswald. Ozzy! Ozzy!
Why are you making me risk my hide by
Sing
coming
Crazy
out here?
Train! I'm an old man.
Wait. Look. Are you lucky mad woman? The monkey god. The monkey represented Kamasa, the Vaal god of wealth. Even I'm tempted to... No. I'll just die horribly. It's you that's got to go in there.
No. I'll just die horribly.
Find
You.
what I think you'll find.
You.
And if you clear out any dangers, we're all going to leave this place rich.
I suppose it could be worth a look.
Into the Molten Vault. So we have the Apex of Filth, which we've already uncovered how to get to. We found the Molten Vault, which presumably will have a waypoint inside. we will use that waypoint. Save at that waypoint, and then we'll continue on. I'll keep streaming for a little while longer than I had planned, because we just got to the molten
Seems
vault. And
this
hey,
place has
nothing
long
says
been
excitement like a
forgotten.
vault full of
But it's
molten
not
metal,
without
right?
life.
Right? Yeah, that's molten. It does look molten. Wow, okay. I'm getting some weird graphical glitching. I was getting it in town, and now I'm getting it here too. It's a long straight walk. Get through that way. Get through this way that way. Kamasa's Crucible, a fire still tended by the dead. Alright, well,
Knock, knock.
oh, can we cross? We can cross. Oh, that's nifty. I like that. We can cross over if we want. Got a chest. Chest. Didn't have anything? That's okay. Yeah, I knew those guys were going to wake up. I had zero doubts about that. Oh, you're not serious. It's not a dead end. Quite. It's not quite a dead end. It's only mostly a dead end. Oh, nice. An untouched fortune. We needed another one of those. Big stony rock dudes. Gold melted sentinels. That's just obnoxious. Making your guards out of solid gold. I mean, it's like, oh, look at me, I have solid gold guards. Aren't I special? Jerk. Alright, what else did I need on my minions? Let's see, it was... Yeah, no, we're not in Cruel yet. Use and cut skeletal storm mage. That's at 11. We're not there yet. Martial tempo from there, and fire pen for the third slot. Is fire pen available? All gems, penetration, fire pen. That's the Infernal Hound. Raging Spirits, fire penetration. So it has Feeding Frenzy, giving them more damage. That's multiplicative, not additive. They gain extra fire damage, and the skills penetrate 30% fire resistance. The Raging Spirits are now beat sticks. They're going to kill things even faster. They were killing things faster. Now they're going to kill things faster. Why settle for killing things faster when you can kill them faster? It seems that if you open a chest, it automatically loots the items inside. I'm not sure how I feel about that. That explains why I keep getting items in my inventory that I don't remember picking up. Chest. Well, it certainly didn't give me all of them that time. Heavy crown. Heavy is the head. There's the crown. I was about to say I'm close to another level, and there it is. 43. %, more damage, and then 15% accuracy, and then 150 added to their accuracy, and 25% of their total accuracy. Basically, they'll hit more often. See if we can turn the red and ring or something. Just whoop, 133 gold. Like I said, the amounts of gold that are starting to drop are getting significant. Triple-digit gold drops a lot. Another gold sentinel.
I unmake you.
We did unmake him. Clear out the molten vault while we're working on it. That has got 2 sockets, so we want to pop those off. Crafty bits. Oh, there's a big whole lot of moltenness going on here. There's a checkpoint, so usually that means boss fight. Oh, I think we need a soul thingy to activate the mechanism there so that we can cross. So now we know what we're looking for. It's a soul, not a soul gem, soul remnant, soul something, soul thingy. I'm gonna stick with soul thingy for now. Not a particularly descriptive. 3 scrolls of wisdom. I am. Poor Sentinel doesn't last long. Gotta be frustrating for him. All those years at Sentinel school and he doesn't last long. Votive raiment. Currently in a votive, so the odds of getting a better one are low. Vision rune. I find that amusing, given how often those of us who are expressing issues with the game talk about the vision. That they're so bound to their vision that they can't see their vision. Yellow chest. The white quality chest had nothing. Just gold. And this appears to be a dead end. Opinion of dead ends. GGG. What are you doing with the dead ends? rare chest. Exalted Orb, I'll take that for sure.
How useful.
And yet another dead end. GGG. Wake up. We got a city to burn. Oh, wait, wrong front end.
I see you down there.
Oh, he's big. Is he trying to bust through? Ah, the sluice gate lever. Don't know what it opens the sluice gate, presumably. Not sure if that's really a good thing or not, but hey. How about we open the sluice gate and drown him in hotness? Neck Tool, the Forge Master, Infernal Woman, your burning heart shall join my forge. Oh, the arena. We get to fight him. Oh, he's the guy. Oh, they come down in waves. Got it. Yep, I remember. I've seen this fight. I mean, I haven't watched actually what was involved. Really. Oh, nice.
Of the Vaal, melt your flame!
Do not walk into the badness, Lens. It would be foolish.
Wealth has never inspired me, but it was a fun fight.
The Hammer of Kamasa. Let's see. Bring the Hammer of Kamasa to Oswald in the Ziggurat encampment. Boing! Take me back home, Froggy. I have the best Froggy in the world. Isn't he just the most adorable Froggy you've ever seen? I'm so lucky to have him in my life.
How can I be of help?
3 items identified. That's not promising. The Hammer of Kamasa. Who gets that? Ozzy. Where's Oswald? Oswald Cobblepot.
So, the city of Utzal has been laid bare to the world after all these centuries. I know you're after some particular device, but I can't help but remind you that we are here for a purpose of our own.
Yeah, getting filthy rich.
Treasure hunters hunt treasure, yeah? I'll not be the first to set foot in those deadly sunken ruins. But if you're braving them, you might as well keep an eye out for anything that looks valuable. In particular, look for buildings with monkey statues on them. If you spy something like that, give me a shout. I'll be waiting with great anticipation. Came back alive, did ya? I'll organize the men. We'll start carting the gold out of here. No sign of old Kamasa, eh? Well, then he won't miss it. Keep anything you were able to lift out of there yourself. Let's call it a finder's fee,
Oh,
eh?
oh, a finder's fee.
I'm feeling generous today.
I get to keep the things that
Considering
I
we actually
found. How nice.
treasure, and all came out alive.
An uncut skill gem. Of level
Not a
10.
total waste, after all.
That's it? Just a level 10? Disappointed. Disappointed! Reforging bench? What the hell's a reforge? Oh, 3 similar items reforged. So if I had 3 ironclad vestments, presumably of the same rarity, I could smash them together. That seems like a long shot. We will salvage the ironclad vestments for 2 artificer's shards. Froggy. Bank it, bank it, bank it. Another Vaal orb. We're up to 2 big fat Vaal orbs now. Exalted orbs are definitely good. Vision rune. Increase life and mana recovery from flasks. Not really my cup of tea, but you know, it's alright. Yeah. Uncut skill gem. Level 10. Got a couple of those. Reduced bleeding. Wow, that's a winner. We want to sell those 2.
Yes? Some idea.
I suppose you got anything here that's got the word minion involved, do you? Nope. It's worth looking. Let's see. Increased recovery rate, increased charges. That is probably better than this one. I mean, that one's good because it gains charges over time, but the other one has 10 full charges, 10 swigs, and increased recovery rate. So I think we'll go with that one.
See
We get 2 tier 10 skill gems? I guess we did. That away. We're going to drop that. Pardon me. In there. And we're going to see if we can turn this ruby ring into anything. What it really needs is a second resistance would be nice. Cold, say. Intelligence would be good. Although I don't think I need it anymore. Basically, there are a whole lot of things we can get that would make this better. Life. Pardon the yawn. Give it to me. Evasion rating, not that good. Plus 10 to all attributes. Not bad. But I don't think worth a regal. You know, if that had been like attributes and life or energy shield, evasion and like cold resist, I probably would have gone for it. I think it gets put into the maybe somebody. I'll want that on another build. I think I'm going to call it an evening here. This is a good break point. I will probably continue playing this evening. I doubt I'll make it to the end of Act 3. Pardon the yawn again. Oh my god. If you hear a distant screaming in the distance, because it would be distant if you heard it in the distance, it might just be me trying to do the ultimatum trial for my second sentency. I don't even know what I would use. I don't know what the other points are. Thank you, Fispy. It'll be just a second longer. I want to check where I would put my next 2 points. Become ignited when you deal a critical hit. Taking 15% of your life energy field. Yeah, I don't think I want that at all. Over here, we can go increase life and cold damage taken as fire damage, lightning damage taken as fire damage, and physical damage taken as chaos damage. I don't think I have a build that can support that. So that leaves here, which is grants demon form, which certainly I think you'll agree sounds like fun. Or here, which is maximum mana replaced by maximum infernal flame. Gain infernal flame instead of spending mana for skill costs. Take maximum life and energy shield as fire damage when infernal flame reaches maximum. Lose all infernal flame on reaching maximum infernal flame. 10% of all infernal flame lost on a... Holy crap. I'm just curious now which one he takes in the build I'm following. Looks like, well, he does take demon form, but I'm not sure in what order. Yeah, it may would be demon form is the next one he takes. Interesting. Oh, that does sound like fun. No, it's not. He takes that one. Cold damage taken is fire damage. Lightning damage taken is fire damage. So what we would want then is we would be playing to try and get as much as possible fire damage or fire resistance and maximum fire resistance. See, that reserves 25% of life plus 1 to maximum mana per 6 maximum life. That's, we don't have any mana issues. Plus 1 maximum spirit. Oh, I bet that's where he's going. More spirit means more minions. So 25% of life right now would be 200. So that would be 8 maximum spirit, though. That's not very much. I'd have to have a lot more life for that to be worth it. And that is at maximum energy shield per 8 maximum life. That'd be 100 more additional. Yeah, I'm not sure. None of those particularly float my boat. Anyway, I am going to call it here. Again, I want to thank you guys for hanging out with me. As always, I am very, very appreciative. I should be back tomorrow at the usual time, 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Eastern, middle of the night in Europe, morning in Asia, Australia, and New Zealand. Probably back with more PoE3. Now that I actually have a functioning build, I am enjoying it more. I still have a lot of frustrations with the game, make no mistake. But I am certainly enjoying it more with a decent build. So if you're looking at playing it, or if you're already playing it and finding it frustrating, follow a build guide. It's much more enjoyable, and it's, since it is your first, all of our very first time, unless you are a savant when it comes to mechanics in PoE and PoE2, I would go with a build guide. Anyway, I'm gonna call it here. Again, thank you guys for hanging out. I hope the rest of your Saturday night kicks ass, and that your Sunday is really nice too. Anyway, back tomorrow, usual time. Hopefully you'll see me soon. Have a